I came up with Rightwood to rest, recharge, and also to ask what this COVID-19 coronavirus can teach us. And so I pulled 3 cards from these decks here: the Earth Magic, the Native Spirit, and the Numerology deck. And here's what pulled up. So let's just get right into it. So these were the 3 cards that were pulled. And when the first card came up, Love, Compassion, that is from the Earth Magic deck. It was just something I felt called to bring up along with the Gathering Your Tribe. I actually had forgot about the Compassion deck, the Numerology Guidance cards, this one here, until I was about to put the other 2 away. And was like, oh, that's right, this deck was already in the back. I didn't know it was there. And it was like, oh, you need to pull a card. So it's interesting that the first card here, Love and Compassion, and we end on the same note here. So the theme is clearly compassion. And that obviously comes from the heart. The chakra center, the 4th center, the green emanating, is something I've been seeing lately in meditations as well. And in the healings that I have been sending out, I've also been seeing the color green as well. And also emanating from the chest area. Because not only is this where the heart is at, this is also where the lungs are as well. And the lungs are what the COVID-19, the coronavirus, is attacking. It first enters in through the throat, and then it ends up in the lungs, where the virus changes what the different proteins do and creates mucus, which causes and blocks the airways. And that's what makes this so dangerous. It's easy to catch, and it's easy to pass on. So I found it also interesting that in the midst of this, it's about gathering your tribe. This is a card about abundance. This is a card about seeing a different perspective. Instead of seeing this as being the end of the world, it is the beginning of something new. And it is telling us that we need to step into our own truth, that we need to simply trust, that we need to have no preconceived notions as to where the journey will take us, and to simply bring in together like-minded people who believe in us, who trust in us, and who will support us as we in our turn support them. Bring them together, hold them close, your tribe and your people. They may not be who you think they are right now. Take this moment that the pandemic has given us to pause and reflect and see who is really here to see you succeed and who is here trying to hold you back. Who believes in you, and surround yourself with those people and leave behind the remnants of the old world. Gather your tribe and start anew. The last card here is Compassion, and it came from the Numerology deck. Oh, the previous one was the Native Spirit deck. But this one here is the Numerology deck. And I didn't even get a chance to shuffle the deck more than half of a second before this card kind of popped out and said, I'm it. So I pulled it, and this is what it was. The number 9 is associated often with completion as well. You got a double 9 there. It's a mastery number. We don't know much about mastery numbers yet. We only know the 11s and the 22s. Some even say the existence of the 33 isn't real, but it does exist, and it goes all the way up to 99, so it is a master number here. And what's interesting about this point home of being compassion, what keeps coming to me are the words of the Aquarian Sutra. See the world through eyes of compassion, or you will misunderstand the times. And what's interesting about that notion is that it is, again, asking us to change and shift our perspective from one of fear back into love. See the world through eyes of love is what we are being tasked to do. So throughout this pandemic and throughout all the information coming out on the media and the news, process it in your heart. Align with what is true for you. Be cautious, of course, but also be willing to step into your own truth, because there is no moment more important than the ones that we are facing right now. What you put out is what you get back. So come from a place of love and compassion. Gather your tribe and hold them near and dear to you, and everything will be fine. Thank you, and Satnam.
For more information on how you can take charge of your own health, visit www.vibratewholeness.com.